I was 19 and I just spent the last 3 years wasting my life doing drugs. One night I had this dream that the devil was chasing me and that if I didn't wake up he was going to kill me. The next day I decided that I was going to change my life, and the first step was going back to school. I enrolled into an adult campus and one of the units there was film and video. I sat in the class and I just thought, this is shit. So I went and tried to get out of it, and I was told this is the last class left and you have to do it. I went back in there and then the teacher handed me a camera and he said, go out and make a video about what you know. So I literally went out and just filmed a drug deal. I handed the tape in and I got an A. It was the first ever A I'd ever received. And from that day on, I thought this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I got accepted into Edith Cowan University. It was a 3-year slog of making various videos. And one of the highlights for me there was when I made Dealing Insanity. When I first wrote the screenplay for Dealing Insanity, I took it to the teacher and I showed it to him, and he basically read the script and said, you can't make this. For one, you only have 4 weeks to make it. 2, there's only 2 people in your crew. This shit is good. So I came out of university after the 3 years and I was extremely disorientated. I couldn't find work anywhere in the industry. I was forced to keep my job as a security guard. You know, I was always involved in fights. I had to put my body on the line for $16, $17 an hour. You know, the only good thing about it was I made a few lifetime long friends. One night I was outside one of the clubs and I was swinging around a pair of nunchucks and I happened to bump into a broadcast camera operator. And from that night he offered me a job and I ended up landing my first position in the industry. Presently, I'm 24 years old, turning 25. The job I'm doing at the moment, I'm working for News at Night. I sit up at night, listening to the scanner. The scanner's what you can hear in the background. We go to a lot of deaths, mainly. A lot of it's just sitting here. Sitting, waiting, going crazy. Even though I was now working in the industry, I felt like my life was going nowhere fast. I decided to leave and go and work with my father in the building industry so I could make some money. A few years later, I bought my own house. I then broke up with my girlfriend at the time, and that was like a revelation to me. I was now sitting in this empty house with a mortgage, thinking, what am I going to do with my life again? At that point, I just said to myself, you know, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a builder or a filmmaker? Film has been the only thing that has kept me on the straight and narrow. It's been the only thing in my life that's given me something to achieve for. And that's where I came up with the idea for Gentech Wars. It's a post-apocalyptic movie, a sci-fi film. And when I was writing that, I realised if I wanted to get this made, I'm going to have to go to the place where films are made. So against everyone's advice, I sold everything I owned, including my house, and bought a ticket to Los Angeles, California.